Welcome to the second STR tutorial video. In this series, I'm showing you how to go from 0 to 6 figures with your own STR business. And let me be clear, there is nothing for sale on my channel. I make more than enough money in my actual business so that I can joyfully give all of these informations to you for free. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. Today we're going to be talking about the two drivers of your STR business: outreach and sales. In the last video, we covered the 4 core steps to starting your STR business. So number 1, this is going to be starting your corp. Number 2, using ChatGPT to conduct market research. Number 3, getting on Zillow to actually find your property. And then number 4, using a website called B&B Calc in order to ensure that your property is going to turn a profit. What do you do next once you have gone through these steps? You pitch. When you start your outreach, you're going to be speaking with a lot of property managers or directly to landlords. And you have to remember that these people are the gateway for your first few properties. Your goal is very simple. Number 1 is to make them understand your business. Number 2 is that you want to build trust with them so that they know you are operating properly. So you're going to want to build your prospect list. After building your prospect list, you're going to want to call and book some showings. But this is not the part where you pitch. Your call is going to sound a little bit like this. Hi, my name is Daniela. I'm interested in, and then you're going to say the address of the property. I would love to come and have a tour of the place. And they're going to say, great, we would love to give you a tour. When would you like to come in? You're going to say, does date and time work for you? Then they're going to say, yep, absolutely. You're all booked in. You're going to say, great. Can I please have the name of the person who I will be meeting with when I come for my tour? And then boom, you're going to say thank you, and you've just booked yourself 5 to 10 showings. And I recommend doing 5 to 10 showings in a day so that you can just make a whole lot of this. And when you show up, please look and act the part, okay? What does this mean? It means you want to look like you actually want to be there. Don't show up groggy, be on time, know a few things about the property, have questions to ask the landlord, and most importantly, know your pitch. You want to look like you know what you're talking about, right? My tip is to bring a pen and paper and then always dress business casual. At the showings, this is when you're going to really want to pay close attention to everything that needs to be done with the property. This is going to really help with your negotiations later so that you can leverage all of these things. So what exactly are you going to look for? Number 1, is it easy to find? What's the parking like? Are the appliances working? Do you need to paint? I would also recommend that you go in and you take pictures of everything. Be like a little Karen. This is going to help with your negotiations, and it's also going to help you later on down the line for creating how-to guides for all of your guests. Now, you're probably thinking, Daniela, I don't know how to pitch. Like, where do I even start? Don't worry, we'll get into it. In my Telegram, I'm going to be providing a sales script that you can use and make your own. And this sales script will work whether you're in person or you're doing this business remote from another country. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to be going through a couple notes that you should hit every single time you are going in for one of these meetings. So this is what it's going to sound like. You are a professional property management and housing company. You specialize in mid and short-term rentals. Never go into one of these meetings with a property manager or a landlord and they say, yeah, what type of business do you do? Oh, I do Airbnb. It's like, what? Unfortunately, this business, the word Airbnb does not have a positive connotation with every single person that you are going to speak to. So you need to go about it in a professional way. Instead, you're going to say something like this. I am a property management and housing company specializing in mid and short-term stays. I'm looking to expand my portfolio in whatever city that you're interested in. I came across this property at, and you're going to say the address, the property name, yada, yada. And I would love to discuss leasing this unit as well as any other vacancies that you currently have available on a multi-year lease. So let's just break that down a little. First and foremost, you're always going to want to introduce yourself. Who are you and what the heck do you do? Number 2, you're going to want to talk about the property a little. So is the property even still available? And then mention that you're interested in multiple units because this really piques the interest of property managers and landlords. Remember that you are going into this meeting solving their vacancy issue. You're also going to want to touch on the lease. So another peak interest point is saying that you're interested in a multi-year lease or the longest lease term that they have available. This lets them know your seriousness and that you wish to be a long-term reliable tenant. You're not in and out, you're here to stay. And in the beginning, don't stress too much. At first, you might sound a little bit robotic, and I did too. But as you continue to pitch and as you continue to show up for these meetings, you're going to go from this is a pitch, and it's going to just evolve into this is just a natural conversation, and everybody will get to that point. Other important points that you're going to want to mention in your pitch is that you use smart locks. So this generates a new code for each and every guest that you have coming into your unit. This lets your landlord know that you're serious about security. I would also mention that you use doorbell cameras. I personally use a Ring, and I'll get into that in my next video. But this ensures that the guest that booked with you is actually the one that shows up. And they show up with the correct amount of people that they actually booked with. So no parties are happening here. You also use a noise detector. So this prevents parties. This is a great device to use when your landlord is asking you about parties, because we'll set this device to a certain level, and then if it goes above that level of decibels, it's going to alert your personal cell phone. And I also like using the fact that it comes to my personal cell phone as a little bit of leverage, because it lets them know that my cleaner's not going to answer, my assistant is not going to answer. It's me. It's me taking care of whatever goes on inside of my business and assuming the responsibility. Also, the last point that you really want to bring up is that you have your own cleaning team. You have your own staff. Your landlord is not responsible for what happens inside your unit. And a bonus tip that I personally like to use is just saying, I'm going to keep this unit in the same, if not better condition than what you gave it to me in. And usually that makes them pretty happy to hear. And again, if you're showing up to this meeting dressed well, you speak well, you're confident in what you're saying, all of this stuff is going to match what you look like. So it's just boom, 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 like you got it. So once the landlord is interested, then what do you do next? Before you close any deals, for sure, there are certain things that you need in writing before you go ahead and you sign the lease. So number one is an addendum. This is going to allow you to do STR inside the unit. Most leases actually have a section in there that say you cannot sublease the unit that you are leasing. Okay. Number two is your payment concessions. So anytime, you might get 4 weeks or 8 weeks free. You might get parking for free. You might get your security deposits waived. Whatever deal you manage to strike up with the landlord, have that all in writing. Any important dates, any elevator bookings pertaining to your move-in, you're also going to want to have that in writing. And then last but not least, you are going to ensure that everything is signed for under your corp. Don't be personally liable for any of this. So in my Telegram group, I'm actually going to have an exact sales script that you can use on all your landlords and property managers. Please remember to just try to make this your own. You will get practice with this and you will start to, at some point, not sound so robotic, but I'm going to have a sales script for you. I'm going to have a lease addendum that you can literally take from my Telegram and send it to your landlord. And then I'm also going to have a property tour checklist. So when you get there, you know exactly what to look for. In the next video, I'm going to be diving into the operations and systems that I use to ensure that my business is completely hands-free. And I can't wait to see you all there.